Good day, everyone. I'm Eliza Mikabangisan, your presenter for today. So today we are going to discuss the communication skills of a tour guide. In this presentation, we are going to explore the importance of pause, pronunciation, and articulation. These three factors are important as it serves as our guide to have a clear communication whether in casual or professional settings like tour guiding. Tour guiding is all about communication. And as a tour guide, they are responsible for conveying information to the tourist in an engaging and informative way. So now, let's tackle what is pause. Pause refers to a rest, hesitation, or temporary stop. It may be intentional or unintentional breaks. So pause are the silence that we make within our speech that allow us to breathe, think, and process the things we need to say. Certainly, pauses in communication can be powerful tools when used effectively, but they can also lead to misunderstandings if used ineffectively. So now, let's explore both effective and ineffective pauses. Effective pause. This includes emphasis, clarity, active listening, and thoughtful responses. In emphasis, pauses can be used to emphasize a point and allows the audience to think and understand the information. When a speaker pauses before or after an important idea, it allows the audience to digest the information fully. This emphasis can make the message more memorable to the audience. Next is clarity. Pauses can provide clarity, especially when transitioning between complex topics. A well-placed pause allows the speaker to organize their thoughts, ensuring that the audience can follow the conversation without confusion. Active listening. Pausing while someone is speaking. Active listening shows that you are processing what the other person is saying. This encourages the speaker to continue and can foster a more engaging conversation. Thoughtful responses. Pauses before responding to a question demonstrate thoughtfulness. This indicates that you are considering the question seriously, leading to more coherent and meaningful answers. Pausing before responding to a question gives you time to gather your thoughts and adjust your pace and tone to match the needs of your audience and make it more engaging. On the other hand, repetitive or unnecessary pauses like speech disfluencies, filled pauses, and filler words can distract from the message. Speech disfluencies. These are breaks, irregularities, or non-lexical vocables that occur within the flow of otherwise fluent speech. This includes false starts, words or sentences that are cut off in the middle, phrases that are restarted and repeated, grunts, fillers like and well, instead of a pause can be distracting and reduce the impact of the message. Filled pauses are repetitions of syllables and words, reformulations, or false starts. It is where the speaker rephrases to fit the representation of grammatical repairs, repeating words or phrases, or searching for words to carry the meaning. And lastly, filler words are spoken in conversation to signal to pause to think but is not yet finished speaking. The most common filler sounds in English are ya know, so, actually, literally, basically, right, and telling ya, and you know what I mean. Overusing filler words can make the speaker appear less confident and less knowledgeable about the topic. So practicing can be the best approach to reduce the frequency of many of the unnecessary words and phrases. Next is pronunciation. It is the way in which a word or language is spoken. It refers to the ability to use the correct stress, rhythm, and intonation of a word. Pronunciation refers to the way we speak and pronounce the word. Clear and accurate pronunciation is essential for effective communication as it ensures that words are understood correctly by others, especially in tour guiding, given that tourists came from different places. Here are some key aspects of pronunciation. These are the phonemes, stress and intonation, and accent. Phonemes are the smallest units of sound in a language that can change the meaning of a word. So for example, the sounds of tap, tub, tag, and tan sounds the same, but they have different meanings. This can result confusion to the audience if not pronounced well. Stress refers to the emphasis placed on certain syllables within words, and intonation involves the rise and fall of pitch patterns. Both can change the meaning of a sentence or indicate different emotional states, so it is very important to pronounce every word correctly. Accent. It is a distinctive way of pronouncing a language often influenced by a speaker's native language. Accent can vary not only between different languages, but also within the same language in different social groups. Remember that having an accent is natural and not a sign of poor pronunciation. A word may be spoken to different ways by various individuals or groups. These factors include the area in which you grow up, the area in which you now live, whether you have a speech or voice disorder, your ethnic group, socioeconomic class, and education. These factors can greatly affect the way you communicate with other people due to these differences. It is very important to pronounce the word clearly to avoid confusion and to be understood clearly in specific contexts. And lastly, articulation. It is the process of producing clear and distinct sounds. It is the manner by which a speaker utters the vowels and the consonants. So, articulation refers to the clarity with which sounds and words are pronounced. It involves the correct movement of the tongue, lips, jaw, and other speech organs. A well-articulated speech is essential for effective communication so that words can be heard easily and clearly, and it can also impact how people perceive the speaker and their message, while a poorly articulated one can lead to confusion and misunderstandings. So here are some common articulation offenses that we have to avoid. Dropping or slurring the endings of words. It occurs when certain sounds or syllables are omitted. As we know, articulation is how clearly the speaker pronounces the words. When some words are slurred together or drop out, the word may not be understood by the audience. For example, in the phrase, "What time is it?" the T in what is dropped in the vowel sound before it is closed. While some people may understand it, some may also have a hard time processing what it means. Mumbling. It involves speaking in a low or unclear voice. Mumbling or failing to open the mouth when speaking, the audience may not be able to hear you clearly and can cause confusion. Speaking too fast can cause words and syllables to blend together. Speaking too fast makes it challenging for the audience to follow the speaker's train of thought. Just like what I said earlier, everyone will not be able to understand you, especially those tourists that come from different nationality where their language is different from ours. Next is lack of articulation. Some individuals struggle with specific sounds due to speech disorders, regional accents, or language differences. And lastly, limited mouth movement. Limited mouth movement of the lips, tongue, or jaw can result in unclear speech. We should avoid these common articulation offenses to establish clear communication and avoid any confusion and misunderstandings with our audience. For example, in tour guiding, a tour guide must articulate their words properly to ensure that the tourists can understand the information that they are sharing. To improve our articulation, we should practice more on how words and sounds are pronounced so that it will be easier to be understood clearly by the audience. So, in summary, pauses, pronunciation, and articulation are interconnected aspects of effective communication. Mastering these elements can greatly enhance one's ability to convey ideas clearly and confidently, whether in casual conversation, public speaking, or professional settings like tour guiding. So that would be all. Thank you for listening, and I hope you learn something from this video.